the session. Today, let us start with a passage. The passage talks about earthquakes, possible volcanic eruption, and you should be able to answer all the questions, but once or twice you have to refer the text, navigate, locate, only then you can answer, otherwise not that easy. But whenever you come across a passage related to earthquakes, you have to know a few lexical terms. All of you please write in your notebook. Lexical terms. What is the meaning of lexical terms? Lexical means related to a particular topic. What is the topic here? Earthquakes. So the very first one, write the word seismic. Seismic means what? Related to what? Earthquakes or not earthquakes? Then you write Richter scale. Usually people mispronounce, they say Richter scale. But is it Richter or Richter? R-I-C-H-T-E-R, Richter scale. Then you write tremors. We felt the tremors, means what? Building shaking. You feel that whenever there is an earthquake. Those are known as tremors. And also write, usually earthquake is considered what? Have you copied these words? Write these words. Whenever there is a natural disaster, catastrophe, disaster, mishap, a catastrophe, disaster, mishap. And usually these unfortunate incidents, they make a tremendous negative impact. Then write the word devastating. Devastating impact. Whenever there is a devastating impact, then we lose lives, we lose property. Two things happen. First one is what? Loss of life. Second one, loss of property. And whenever there is a natural disaster, immediately disaster management team appears there. And what do? Local people are shifted. What is the word for that? Write the word evacuate. They are evacuated immediately. Eviction is different. Brackets, write the word eviction. Tell me what is the difference between evacuate, eviction. Evacuate means shift from one place to another place because of a particular calamity. But eviction, you use force and shift someone from one place to another place because that person does not listen or he is not a law-abiding citizen. Have you got the subtle difference? Evacuate is a positive word, eviction is a negative word. And usually these people, when they are evacuated, they are taken to, write this word, rehabilitate. Rehabilitation, rehabilitate, rehabilitation centers. That also you have to know. And sometimes what happens, a storm or another natural calamity causes immense damage. Then there's one important idiom they have given many a time. Please write this one, wreak havoc. Have you heard of this? The storm wreaked havoc, means what? Devastated a lot, caused a lot of damage. All these words you have to think of. They are lexical terms. Now let us go to the passage. In a nutshell, the passage talks about, there's one word. Which word has to catch your attention? But this goes with earthquakes or bees. Please write swam, bees. Usually it goes with the bees. I think SWORM or ARM. We'll check later. ARM, bees, honey bees. But here used in the context of earthquakes. Shall we go to the very first question? What is the primary concern of scientists monitoring Mount Rainier's current earthquake? Current earthquake what? Oh, the same word, current earthquake swarm. Determining the exact number of earthquakes? No, they have already come up with the numbers. Preventing glaciers from triggering future quakes? This is also not correct. Monitoring the swarm for signs of a possible eruption. It is about volcanic eruption. So what is the answer based on that? Third option is the answer. Very good. According to Alex Lazy, why should we be cautious about calling this the most significant swarm in history. Past monitoring equipment was more accurate, not mentioned. No other volcanoes have experienced swarms like this. No. Mount Rainier is a relatively young volcano. That also no. What is the next one? Reliable monitoring has only existed for the last few decades. Answer is the fourth option. All these are based on explicit information. Why does a phrase in triage mode, or what does a phrase in triage mode suggest about the scientist's current approach? First, tri means how many? 3. But here it doesn't talk about that, talks about a different connotation. And all of you, whenever there is a disaster management team or the governments, they try to do something immediately because their lives are at stake. When we try to do something in a hurry, then there's a standard expression. Please write this. Write the preposition on war footing. Have you heard of this any time? That government is trying to evacuate on war footing. They are helping or they're working on war footing. Have you heard of this? No problem. You have heard now. Try to remember. Shall I continue? Triage, based on the context, let us see the options. They are urgently prioritizing the most critical observations. No. They are trying to repair broken instruments. Doesn't go with the context. They are preparing for immediate evacuation. Hold this one. They are ignoring minor tremors to focus on other volcanoes. No. They are conducting rescue operations on the mountain. I think it should be either the first one or the third one. Based on the context, what is the answer? They are preparing for immediate evacuation? No. They are urgently prioritizing the most critical observations. Critical means what? Write the meaning. Important. You should always prioritize important observations. Contextual also, it goes with the words. Based on the words you can decide. Because underline the word approach. It talks about approach. What is approach here? Prioritizing the most critical observations. Have you guys chosen that option? Which of the following best describes the role of glacier activity in the seismic monitoring at Mount Rainier? Please underline the word glacier. Seismic, I have already given. Seismic goes with what? Earthquakes. That is a topic about. But when you come across, see, this is what I tell students, what you see based on language is like the tip of an iceberg. What is the meaning of tip of an iceberg? You guys know icebergs. Imagine this is the water surface. All this is water. I am not an artist. I hope it looks like water. This is an iceberg. What you see is only this much. But how much is there? So much is there. And what we see is the tip of an iceberg. Like that, any language, what you see here is only the tip of an iceberg. There's so much you have to learn. You don't see that here, but it is understood. It goes without saying. For example, what is the word I have just read out? All of you write the word glacier. Glacier means thin sheet of ice or snow. Not small size, huge sheet of ice or snow. And these glaciers keep moving, but we cannot feel the movement. They move very slowly. And imagine there's a mountain and there's a glacier moving. It comes to this point. Then what happens? This large sheet of snow or ice falls down because there's no support. It falls down with a lot of force. Then what is the word we use? Write this word, avalanche. Then you all must have seen the movie Bahubali. In that they show one particular scene, hero, heroine, they try to escape the avalanche. And when you go to a region that is full of snow, imagine you are exposed to snow for a long time. Your fingers they lose sensation. Then what is the word? Please write the word numb. Underline the letter B. B is silent, not numb. Numb. B is silent. And if you expose for a long time yourself to snow, then it results in, please write, frostbite. Have you heard of this any time? Frostbite. Frostbite means your fingers, your toes, they get affected. And bacteria or virus eats your skin and tissues. And if you neglect, what happens? It results in, write the word, gangrene. Gangrene means eating away of your tissues, of your fingers and toes. And you neglect then also, many mountaineers, are they exposed to snow or not? They are exposed, they suffer from frostbite, and sometimes they neglect, then they get affected by gangrene. Then also they neglect, what happens? Imagine your leg, part of it got spoiled because of gangrene. Then doctors, they cut off that part. Write this word. What is the word we have to use? Amputate. See, all the words have been given in different competitive exams. Don't think I'm taking geography class. Okay. All these words have given many a time in some context or other. You should know. You should have that awareness. Amputate means to cut off body parts. Then imagine, you all know a rain, you all know storm. Imagine snowstorm. When you go to a region full of snow and snow-capped mountains, there's a storm. Write the word blizzard. Blizzard means snowstorm. We all have cyclone, ordinary regular storm, but this storm is what? Snowstorm. What is the word? Blizzard. And sometimes in rain also you see small ice cubes, ice balls. What do you call it? Please write the expression hailstorm. Underline the word hail. Hailstorm, you all got the meaning. But tell me, what is the meaning of, I'll make a sentence, he hails from Visakhapatnam, belongs to Visakhapatnam. The Prime Minister has hailed the diaspora in the US, Indian diaspora in the US. Here hail means what? Praise. Different meanings. Praise, belong to, and here completely different. Hailstorm. Everything you have to know. Shall I go back to the question? Which of the following best describes the role of glacier activity in the seismic monitoring at Mount Rainier? It causes permanent damage to the monitoring stations not mentioned in the passage. It delays scientists from detecting real earthquakes. No. It can produce earthquake-like signals on instruments. I think this has been mentioned. So what is the answer? Third option. Have you chosen the third option? Why might many smaller earthquakes not be officially located as mentioned in the passage? Not easy to locate smaller earthquakes. Why? They occur outside the volcano's area. Their energy levels are too low to detect accurately. You can make out. On Richter scale, we cannot detect. Answer is the second option. Which of the following best expresses the central idea of the passage? Mount Rainier's eruption is expected soon. No. The 2025 swarm is a historic opportunity for volcanic research. This seems okay. Hold this one. Glaciers pose a threat to seismic instruments. No. Earthquake monitoring has failed to predict major events. Again, no. Earthquakes under Mount Rainier are always destructive. No. So what is the answer here? Have you chosen the second option? Yes. Choose a word which is closest in meaning to seismicity. Seismic means what? Earthquake related. So what is the answer? An easy question. How many of the earthquakes recorded in the 2025 swarm have been stronger than magnitude 1.0? Clearly mentioned how many? 55 mentioned in the passage. Is that the last question? How many of you have got 5 plus? Raise your hands. Okay. 3 plus, raise your hands. All of you, 3 plus, raise your hands. Okay. There's a reason why I'm asking. Today after the session, I'm going to tell something very important. Only for our students, not for others. Once they stop live, then I'm going to share with you something important. And this para-jumble should be easy. There's a clear framework. What is the framework of this para-jumble? It starts with what? Book launch. But there's every possibility. First one is easy. At a particular event, a book has been launched. Then it talks about experts' opinion during the book launch. You may choose that one as a second. No. First, a book launch. Any book, we talk about a book. Then what do we talk about, or who do we talk about? So next one should be first one, book launch. Then who has authored that particular book? Then how is it presented? How many sentences? 2 sentences. What is, how it has been presented, and about that, one more sentence, 2 sentences. Usually we talk about a book. Book, then who published, what is there inside the book, and finally, so how many have you got? 1, 2, plus 2 here. How many have you got? 4 or 5? 2 plus 2, 4. And the last one should be about expert opinion. What is the last one here? That is the last one. That is the 5th one. Have you guys got the framework? Now let us go, but we'll take the regular approach. Can you consider the first one? Because we have a lot of beginners, you have to say yes or no. Can you consider A as the first one? What is the clue for you? Beginners especially underline the book. I tell students, whenever you see a sentence with a definite article, it cannot be the first one. Why? When we talk about someone or something, first we use indefinite article, then we use definite article. First sentence, can you have, though exceptions are there, the book means already mentioned somewhere. Can you consider the second one, B as the second one? It talks about the book or section. First book, then section. Can you consider C as the first one? Again, you underline the book, especially newcomers, please underline, only then you get the skill. And para-jumbles are not easy, let me tell you. They are very difficult for many students. If you get, you're very good at English. Next one, according to the experts. Can you start with according to the experts at the book release event? The guide blends, because definite articles are there, we cannot consider. What is the last one here? Apollo Hospitals has released some book. What is the title? My Food, My Health, a comprehensive guide on medical nutrition therapy, curated to support preventive healthcare through evidence-based nutrition. So what is the first one here? E is the first one. All of you must have got that. Second one, immediately, because here we are talking about a particular event, you may go for, according to the experts. No, that is not correct. First about the book, then about who wrote the book. Which sentence talks about the, what is it? The book has been underlined the word authored, means what? Written by. So what is the answer based on that? C is the second one. Now 2 sentences should be about what is in the book, what has been presented, how it has been presented. And what is the next one? Designed in a reader-friendly format. The book, here the book, then the section. Hope you are listening very carefully, underlining the keywords. The book offers dietary strategies alongside simplified meal plans, myth-busting facts, underline the word myth, immunity-boosting tips and recovery diets. So what is the next one? A. Now book is over. Inside the book, each section the writer has to tell us. Each section is supported by vibrant visuals, nutritional breakdowns, and easy to follow recipes that aim to bring nutrition closer to the everyday lives of readers. So what is the next one here? And what are you left with? According to the experts. So what is the correct order? E, C, A, B, D. How many of you have got this order? Raise your hands. Wonderful. But some of you must have made a mistake. You must have thought EB. No, where is this experts? ED. How many of you have chosen ED? Second one, D. There's a possibility. But always think generally. I tell students, para-jumbles, general awareness is important. And what is general awareness regarding the framework? First a book, then the writer, then the content, then presentation. Then comes what experts said. Experts, they say something. That comes in the beginning about before talking about the book or after talking about the book. First 4 sentences talk about the book. Then experts come into picture. This is a general framework. Shall we go to the next set of questions? This is a Cloze test, an easy one in my opinion. What is this about? Agriculture. Whenever you think of agriculture, you should know the lexical terms: production, produce, yield, innovation, green. Nowadays we talk about traditional agriculture, modern agriculture. Modern agriculture, we talk about GM crops. Tell me, what do the letters stand for? Genetically modified crops. And you should also know something about recombinant DNA technology, gene slicing. All these terms, they may come as passages also. And when we talk about biotechnology, I always tell students there are two important topics. One, genetic engineering. Please write this. This field is called what? Genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is nothing but recombinant DNA technology, producing genetically modified crops, gene slicing, all these. There's one more topic that is important that goes with, are you guys writing? That goes with biotechnology. They have given many a time as a passage. What is that? Cloning. GM crops, very important. Cloning is also equally important. What is cloning? If you take a cell from a plant or from an animal, from one cell you can create the entire plant, entire animal. Do you guys know that? Today mankind has a technology. Today mankind has a technology to create a human being, a replica of anyone. Replica means what? Copy. They can take one cell from your body, they can create a clone of you. Same features, same person. And it goes with animals, it goes with human beings. We have the technology. But many countries, they have banned human cloning. Write this expression. They have given as a passage a few times. Human cloning, ethical, non-ethical. They may provide a debate. Because it is non-ethical, it has been banned in many countries. But some scientists are trying to do secretly. And imagine you're damn rich. You have a lot of money. In the US, one couple, damn rich, no children, they had a pet dog. The pet dog died. And they went to a Chinese scientist who is an expert in human cloning and other cloning also. They paid heavy amount and that fellow created same dog, replica of the same dead dog. And they were very happy, but they had to shell out thousands of dollars. And that was unethical, not allowed. So that particular scientist was banned from the scientific community. Human cloning also not acceptable, but do remember, all these passages, why do I emphasize? Babu Aksari, why do... check ఎందుకో. Shall I continue? All these topics, see, there are two ways of doing explanation. One way, typical approach, read, tell the answers and walk off. As simple. I can finish off in 30 minutes, but usually I run out of time. An hour is also not enough for me. You all know that? What is the reason? You are here not to get the answers. You are here to change your mindset, to enhance your knowledge, and to make sure you raise your standards. That is important. When you come across something like this, you should be aware of what are the relevant topics important from prelims, mains point of view. Agriculture, based on that. Agriculture, traditional, modern, what are the terms? Genetic engineering. Then based on that, biotechnology. Based on biotechnology, cloning. If you have awareness about these as a graduate, definitely in the exam you can easily answer many questions. It could be passage, it could be Cloze test, it could be para jumble. But you don't have any awareness regarding these, will you be able to answer questions comfortably, with ease? That's why it's a reminder. Don't look at the passage, but ask yourself, based on this, what else am I supposed to learn? Have I learned? Do I have that knowledge? How many of you know about cloning? Raise your hands. See, only a few. But how many of you have read a few articles related to cloning from international magazines? Raise your hands. See, they take from international magazines like The Economist. They give a passage, cloning, human cloning, unethical. If you have awareness, easy, otherwise difficult. Do remember all the time. What matters here, not the paper, not the value addition. Ultimately, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Improve your knowledge, exam becomes easy. Shall I read the first one? Adding a touch of patriotism, underline the word patriotism. I'm sure all of you know. If you take in our country, patriotism, many Indians are patriotic, no doubt about that. And when it comes to Independence Day, to show patriotism, what do? We buy flags. But next day, where do you see the flags? You got what I'm trying to say. And in Japan, patriotism is imbibed, right? The word imbibe. From childhood, school level, they imbibe patriotism. And do we do that in our country? Is patriotism imbibed at school level? I don't think so. And in Japan, I will tell you something interesting related to tourism industry. Once an American went to Japan, business trip. After the conference, he was going back. And the Japanese guy was accompanying. He asked, how was your trip? American said, not that good. Why? Because of some reason. Language problem, or he could not see what he wanted to see. Immediately, this Japanese employee applied for leave and requested American to stay back for 3 days. He accompanied and he showed him everything and made sure the American went back happily. What do you call that? He did not want to take something bad about the country. He took the trouble to make the American happy. And in our country, fortunately not here, but theaters, where do you imagine no one is there in front of you? Many people, what do? They try to keep the legs where? Front chair, am I right? Train while traveling by train. Opposite berth, no one. Where do they keep the legs? They stretch the legs or not? In Japan, if you do that, they don't accept. They treat you mannerless fellow. What is the reason? After some time, someone may go sit there. How can you keep your legs? Do you understand? And certain things are very important, but based on cultural differences, we try to do all these things. Anyhow, adding a touch of patriotism to agricultural, what? Innovation? Can you say invention? Addition? Indecision? Invitation? You can happily remove addition, the third, fourth, and fifth. You have to decide between innovation, invention. We are talking about agriculture. We cannot talk in terms of invention. What are we supposed to talk about? Innovation. So what is the answer here? Innovation. Scientists at GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology have developed a new variety of mango named Sindoor, inspired by the underlying Indian Armed Forces. Inspired by something. Recently, Operation Sindoor, you all know. Yes or no? And Indian soldiers showed. One word you have to think of, bravery. But here options, can you use a negative word or you have to use a positive word? Timid means, from timid you get timidity. Please write the word shy. A timid person means what? Shy person, not brave, coward. All these words you have to know. Heroism, hold it. Bravery, hold it. Craveness, craving for something, means desire for something. Is it relevant here? Hawing means, write the meaning, to hesitate. I'll write here. Write one idiomatic expression, hem and haw. Means to hesitate. Not very popular, we don't use usually, but still you have to know. It's an idiomatic expression, hem and haw. Means what? To take time to do something, to hesitate. Have you guys copied? And you cannot consider what is a negative word here, timidity. And craveness goes with eating, desire, hawing, hesitation. We need a positive word. What are the two positive words here? Here you can use your grammar knowledge. Let us suppose heroism, which part of speech? Noun. Bravery, which part of speech? Noun. Then how will you decide? Not adjective. Brave person. Brave is adjective. He is known for his bravery. Bravery is a noun. Noun, noun. Now imagine you take grammar approach. How will you decide? Both are nouns. That is the reason why I tell you guys, don't go with grammar approach. Understand the context. Will you say heroism of Indian armed forces or bravery of Indian armed forces? Contextually, what is the right word? Answer is the third option, bravery, not heroism. Heroism doesn't go with that context. Bravery of Indian armed forces and the recent success of Operation Sindoor. Unlike traditional mango varieties that mature in summer, the Sindoor variety, usually here you are talking about a fruit or a flower. Fruit. Then can you use words like opens, blooms? You cannot. What is the word that goes with fruits? Ripen. So based on that, what is the answer? An easy one. The Sindoor variety ripens in autumn. Underline the word autumn. British English, 4 seasons. What are they? Summer, winter, spring, autumn. American English also 4 seasons. But what are they? Summer, winter, spring. They don't use the word autumn. For that, what do they say? Fall season, because during autumn, leaves fall. So they call it fall. Why should you underline this word? Tell me. I always tell you guys, casual learning will not take you anywhere. Every word, every question, first you have to get the answer. Then you have to ask yourself, based on one word, what else can I learn? What can I recollect? What can I consolidate? Tell me, what is the rule that should come to your mind based on the word autumn? Is it masculine gender or feminine gender? Many exams have given. The spring season has its own beauty, right or wrong? Wrong. Its own beauty or her own beauty. Same thing goes with autumn also. That you have to recollect. Making it a rare and commercially promising crop. Shall we go to the next one? With its richly sweet flavor, vibrantly hued skin, and aromatic essence, the fruit promises to offer a refreshing. Fruit goes with what? Smell or taste, obviously. So what is the answer? They have given paste also. That is no comments. Have you got the answer? Let us go to the next one. What is the blank number? 18. Senior horticulture scientist at the University A.K. Singh, who headed the efforts to develop this variety, said, "We named this variety Sindoor to the Indian Armed Forces." Underline the Indian Armed Forces. To do what? To honor. Before you go to options, you have to think of the word based on contextual awareness, the word honor. Have you chosen that word? But we have some important words. First, you write the word probity. Probity means nothing to do with probe. First, you write the word probe. Probe means what? Write the word investigate. But here we have the word probity. Generally, we try to generalize, we try to think logically. Probity, you may think related to investigation. Nothing to do with the word probe. Probity means honesty. Someone is honest. What is the idiomatic expression? Right? Above board. Man of principles, man of ethics, man of values. Above board. Have you got the meaning? Probity, an important word. What is the second option here? Virtue. Please write. Virtue means good habit or good quality. And what is opposite? Vice, bad habit. First you write these 2 words. Very important, you have to know. Whenever we talk about a person, we talk about his good qualities and bad qualities. Good habits and bad habits. Then that is everyday English. Better English, what do we say? We talk about a person's virtues and vices. Virtues means good habits, vices means bad habits. Those 2 words are important. What is the next one? Applaud. Applaud means what? Appreciate, clap. You all know that. Honor. Honor is important. Write 2 indefinite articles, then you write the word honor. A/an. Then write the word honor. Will you say a honor or an honor? What is the reason? H is silent or mute. But there's one more you have to know. Usually people mispronounce this. They tend to say honest man, not ha. H is silent, honest man. Then will you say A or an? This is, nowadays they're giving this one because it goes with common errors. An honest man, do remember. Have you got the answer? Next word is what? Praise. But praise, simple word, you have to recollect. False praise. What is the word? Write the word flattery. Flattery means a false praise. Some people praise you, but they don't mean it. Then what is that called? They want some favor from you, they praise. That is known as false praise, flattery. An important word. Is that the last one? And how many questions based on this? Who has got all the 5 correct? 3 plus. Wonderful. Let us go to grammar-based questions, error location. Questions easy or difficult? Moderate. Our standard answer is what? 3 plus, average 3, moderate. All 5, damn easy. 1 or 2, rather difficult. I'll read the first one, shall I? Eco-sensitive zones are designated. Answer my question, underline are designated. Which tense is that? Present tense or past tense? Present tense active voice or passive voice? Make a note, present tense passive voice. We designate those zones, active voice. Those zones are designated, present tense passive voice. Buffer areas surrounding protected forests, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. Do you find any error here? Nothing wrong with this first sentence. They are intended to safeguard biodiversity. Safeguard from what? From harmful human activities, much as, you should stop here. Will you say much as or such as? There itself you should be disturbed. Such as what? Mining, construction and polluting industries. An easy one or difficult one? Remember, an easy one, at least you should be disturbed. Much as, we cannot use. We can say something like so much, but not much as. Next one, OPEC's 2025 World Oil Outlook predicts. 2025 World Oil Outlook predicts. Which tense is this? Present tense, subject is third person singular. Affirmative form, we should add S or ES to the verb. Nothing wrong, tick that one. World oil demand will average 105 million barrels per day. Nothing wrong this year. Demand is expected to raise. You have to stop or you don't have to stop? Will you say raise or rise? Oh, next second you have to stop. Demand is expected to rise. Rise means what? Go up. Go up to what extent? 106.3 million BPD in 2026. I will ask you questions after the session. I said something important. That time you have to respond at any cost. Put a star mark this also. Here you have to recollect. Rise, raise. Rise is transitive or intransitive. What are the 3 forms? Rise, rose, risen. Is it, regular or irregular? Irregular. Transitive or intransitive? It cannot take an object. On the other hand, raise your hands, raise, regular or irregular? Regular, transitive or intransitive? Once you know the difference, you can easily spot the error, exam point of view, based on grammar knowledge. Let us go to the next one. Africa is undergoing its most severe climate crisis. What is the subject here? Africa is undergoing. Which tense is that? Respond immediately. Present continuous. Its, Africa is singular, its, and possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. Nothing wrong. Most severe climate crisis. What is the plural of crisis? Crisis in over a decade. Nothing wrong as such. Among 2021 and 2025. You have to stop here. Will you say among or between? I gave you the other day, between takes which word? And. From takes which word? That you have to. Remember this also, I will ask a question based on this later. Kala Setu focuses on creating AI-driven solutions, focuses on present tense, affirmative form, nothing wrong because subject is singular. Focus takes which preposition? On. Focuses on creating AI-driven solutions that convert text into multimedia content, nothing wrong. It supports three core areas, important areas: text to video, text to graphics, and text to audio generation. Do you find any error here? So how many of you have chosen no error? That is the answer, no error. Which one? Have I skipped a question? Oh, you should have told me that time. 21. Have we touched the 22? Oh, that time we skipped 21. No problem. Heart-related deaths among individuals, underline among. Here individuals, two or more than two. More than two, use between or among. Oh, nothing wrong. Heart-related deaths among individuals aged 65 and above have surged. Here what is the subject? Heart-related deaths among individuals aged 65 and above. Then deaths have or has. Nothing wrong. No, deaths, plural. What is the subject here? Deaths. Deaths is singular or plural? Then you have to use have surged. Nothing wrong. Present perfect, plural verb. By 85% since the 1990s. If global temperatures rise by 2000 degrees, rise, nothing wrong here. Such deaths could increase by up to 370% by 2050. Nothing wrong here also. Older adults have a reducing ability. First you underline the word ability. Answer my question, which part of speech is that? Please write a noun. And here you can use reducing. Reducing verb ing form can be used as an adjective. But there's something called contextual awareness and word usage. We don't say reducing ability. Already reduced, old people reducing or reduced. Then based on that, what is the correct word form? Reduced ability. What is the correct word form? Reduced, not reducing. We have an error in the fourth part. Africa is over. We went and came back. Kala Setu over. I think what are these about? Word swap or correct order? Correct order, not word swap. These are easy because once you get the first one, among the options you can choose within no time. To ensure smooth, underline the word operations. Which part of speech is that? Noun. Before a noun we need what? Adjective. What sort of operations? Can you say further operations? No. What is the next word here? Commonly operations. You cannot use that combinations. What is the next one? Tolling operations. Hold this one. Blacklist operations cannot be used. So answer, the right word is what? Tolling operations. How many options begin with C? That should be your answer, but cross-check. To ensure smooth tolling operations and strengthen the reporting of loose FASTags, NHAI has what? Further streamlined its policy for toll collecting agencies and concessionaries to immediately report and what? Blacklist such FASTags which are also what? Commonly referred to as tag in hand. Perfect. Have you guys got it? Next one. As part of its continued efforts to strengthen center state, advance and convening. Something is wrong here. As part of its continued efforts to strengthen center state, will you say convening or coordination? Between center and state, what is expected? Coordination. So first one should be A. Second one is what? D. How many options with A, D? That should be your answer, but we'll check. As part of its continued efforts to strengthen center-state coordination and what? Here, third question is what? B. Advance the vision of Viksit Bharat. The Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India is doing what? Convening the zonal meeting. Nothing wrong with that. But convening when? You guys have to respond. Write this sentence. I am coming on 12th. What is the date today? Let us say today is what? 22nd August, you think. Or July also you can write. Answer my question. Is this sentence right or wrong? What is the time phrase here? I'll rephrase my question. 22nd August, present or future? And which tense is this? Present continuous takes the time phrases like now, right now, at the moment, nowadays, these days. But regular classes, I tell students, I think I've told you guys also, in English, we can express future actions by 5 different ways. How many ways? 5. First one is using will. Please try to listen and write simultaneously. Second, because I'm not giving casual information, I'm giving important information, and you have to make it a habit to listen and write. You all know these two. But third one is very important, put a star mark. Going to. It's a grammatical unit. It expresses future action as well as an intention. Brackets, future plus intention. And the fourth way of expressing future actions, present continuous tense plus time in future. I'm coming, present continuous, tomorrow, time in future. Then I'm coming tomorrow becomes future tense, future action, nothing wrong. I'm coming on 22nd August. Have you got the pattern? And the last one is a future continuous tense. Future continuous has 2 functions. One, action will be going on in future. Obviously, you have to use future continuous. Tomorrow at this time, what will you be doing? We will be listening to you, future continuous. But we can also use future continuous to express the future action. Now listen very carefully. I think I've already told you guys. If you ask me, sir, will you come tomorrow? What is the question here? Will you come tomorrow? I can say, yes, I will. Yes, I shall. Many Indians think I will means definite, I shall means not definite. That is not correct. If you are talking about future actions, I will come tomorrow, I shall come tomorrow, there is no difference whatsoever. And rule-wise, you have to recollect. Will and shall we can use with I and we, and we can use only will with other pronouns. You all know this rule. Now you may ask, again the same question, sir, will you come tomorrow? Yes, I'm going to come tomorrow. That means what? It talks about a future action and intention is there, means some sort of certainty. I've taken the decision to come tomorrow. It is something like sure. Are you guys listening carefully? I will, I shall, may or may not. But when you ask me, sir, will you come tomorrow? If I say yes, I'm going to come, means certainty is there. I hope you guys got it. And present continuous plus time in future. Same question, I'm coming tomorrow. But that is more stylish. I will, I shall, I'm coming, they all mean the same. I will be coming tomorrow, that also means the same. Now write this sentence with a star mark. Try to write quickly, we are running out of time. I am going to go to Bombay tomorrow. I am going to go to Bombay tomorrow. Answer my question, is this sentence right or wrong? Immediate answer. How many of you say wrong, raise your hands? How many of you say correct, raise your hands? Nothing wrong with this, please mark it right. It's a pattern. I'll write one more. I am going to come. Write this also about that. Underline these words, going to come, going to go. When I say I'm going to come, right or wrong? Right? Same pattern, I'm going to go, anything wrong? But you have to take a pause. I'm going to go where? To Bombay tomorrow. That's a separate thing altogether. And this has been given in many exams. A typical candidate thinks, going to go, something is wrong, thinks there's an error. There is an error or no error? No error. And which tense is that? What does it talk about? Future action plus an intention. Shall I go to the next one? The Indian Coast Guard sailing out. A rescue carried for the US. Somewhere something is wrong. But there's a clue for you. Underline the word out. Already have got the phrasal verb. Carry out means what? To execute, to implement, to do. Now let us see. The Indian Coast Guard carried out a rescue what? Operation. That means first one is what here? B. Second one is what? D. How many options with B, D? Only one option, that is your answer. The Indian Coast Guard sailing out or carried out a rescue operation for the US what? Sailing vessel, Sea Angel, stranded. Underline the word stranded. What is the meaning of stranded? To get stuck. To get stuck at one place, you cannot move from there. Lockdown time, many people got stranded. Means they got stuck somewhere. They could not move from there. About 52 what? Nautical miles. Underline the word nautical miles. When you take a country's coastline, imagine the southern part of India, then 12 nautical miles, our territory. How many nautical miles? 12. Beyond 12 nautical miles, we cannot go for fishing. They are known as, please write this expression, high seas. Have you heard of this any time? High seas means international waters. Write the meaning, international waters. Only 12 nautical miles belong to that distance, ours. Beyond that, high seas, international waters, and we are not supposed to go in for fishing. Have you guys got it? And how do you measure the depth of a water body? Write the word fathom. All these words are very important. They have given many a time. Fathom has two different meanings. One meaning, measurement of what? Depth. And one fathom is equivalent to 6 feet. How many feet? 6 feet considered one fathom. But fathom, another meaning, I can't fathom, very good. I can't fathom what the master says. What is the other meaning of fathom? Write the meaning, understand. I can't understand what the master says. Different meanings, you got to be careful. Shall I go back to, still how many questions are there? What are these about? Population can be either a powerful asset or a heavy burden. Space technologies we cannot use depending entirely on how it is planned and utilized. Perfect. That means how many options? A, E, how many options? That should be your answer. But check C, D. In an age marked by spectacular developments in artificial intelligence, space technologies and quantum computing, humanity stands at a paradox. Difficult to understand, but seems okay. So what is the answer based on that? First option. 28, to save time. You cannot combine any of these. That means what should be the answer? How many of you have chosen the fifth option for sentence number 28? Very good. But let us check, because cash is the lifeblood of the Gaza Strip's shattered economy. And like all other worsening poverty, can you say, here we are talking about shattered economy, like all other worsening poverty, destabilizing economies and intensifying conflict, then it's not complete. Cash is the lifeblood of the Gaza Strip's shattered economy. Now tell me, why is it wrong? Here imagine it is without end. Then the sentence is right. I hope you are listening carefully. Like all other worsening poverty, all those things. But end means you cannot use that one. An Iranian attack on an airbase in Qatar, key to the US military, likely hit. Can you say likely hit? Been pursuing. Likely to hit would have been better. Or an Iranian attack on an airbase in Qatar, key to the US military, likely hit 800 million people go hungry. Can you say? Me respond avalandi. If you don't respond, whom am I talking to? I'm afraid, because it's a live session. Live session I cannot. After the session I will talk to you guys anyhow. Answer is the fifth option. Please make a note. Dower. Have you heard of this word any time? No. Please write severely stern or gloomy. More stern usually we mean strict. But here gloomy. Gloomy, all know the meaning. What does it mean? Always sad, always gloomy. That is the meaning. Have you guys got the meaning? But it also goes with the word stern. It was a dour struggle between two workmanlike teams. Means what? Gloomy struggle. No wonder he looked so dour. First one seems a little doubtful, but no wonder he looked so dour. Means what? Gloomy. The normally dour Mr. James was photographed smiling and joking with friends. This also seems right. Normally gloomy, but he has been photographed smiling and being jovial. 2 and 3, okay. But first one, it was a dour struggle. We don't know the context, but gloomy struggle between the two workmanlike teams. Grammatically, nothing wrong. What sort of struggle? Gloomy struggle. Stern struggle. You can use the other meaning. What is the other one? Severely stern. Means very firm, very strict, very strong. Stern in his attitude means very firm in his attitude. So based on that, what is the answer? All of the above. Snub, I have given many a time. I usually give 2 words. One is what? Snobbish. I also write the word snob. And snobbish people, snobs, what do? They snub others. Means they look down upon others. They think others are nothing. Snub means to look down upon. To look down upon. To think others are inferior. Some people think they are superior to others. They think others are nothing in front of them. What do you call those people? Snobbish people. And they are snobs. And they try to snub others. Means look down upon. Ignore also you can say. Her absence was not intended as a snub. Her absence was not intended to be a show-off. Here what does it mean? Intention was not to snow off. Genuine reason she could not attend. Perfect. Take that one. This would be a huge snub. Means what? Huge looking down upon someone, nothing wrong. A huge insult to the host at any time and in any culture. Charles Howard had just delivered me a colossal snub. Means huge. What is the meaning of colossal? Please write the meaning massive. Massive snub. Nothing wrong with that also. So what is the answer based on that? All of the above.